I need to ask you a question. Are you all that you are meant to be and do? It's a gigantic question, but that inevitably we land in this type of position or place where we think maybe I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be or what I was made to do, or maybe I'm not being what I'm supposed to be or what I was made to be. It's really incredible because right here in the Gospel of Mark, in the first chapter in this book, that we see Jesus providing an example of seeking and searching and finding that which he was meant to be and to do, and that we can learn from that example. It's really incredible from verses 21 to 34 in the first chapter of Mark that we see Jesus basically an itinerary of what a day in Jesus' life was. He went to a worship service in the morning and ends up casting out a demon out of a man. He then comes home from that service. He goes to Peter's house, who he was staying with, and Peter's mother-in-law is ill with a fever, and he heals her. And that evening, the whole town gathers outside the door of Peter's house, and that he spends the rest of his evening healing people and casting out demons from people. An incredibly busy day, but by all stretch of imagination, by all the ways that we can think of it, it would be a successful day. It would be a day that we'd go, wow, the whole town came out to see him, to hear him, to interact with him. I can't imagine a more successful day in the life of someone who is trying to do the work of God in the world. But it's interesting, in verse 35, we see that Jesus does something very unexpected. If it was me, I would be like, all right, bring on another day. I want to interact with more people. Let's see who else we can heal or what other demon we can cast out. But that Jesus does something incredible in verse 35. It says this, "And rising very early in the morning, while it was still dark outside, he departed and went out to a desolate place, an empty place, and there he prayed. And Simon and Peter, and those who were with him searched for him. And they found him and said to him, 'Everyone is looking for you.' And he said to them, 'Let us go to the next towns that I may preach there also, for this is why I came.'" Absolutely amazing, this example that Jesus is giving us. He goes out into the middle of nowhere to pray. And that I think that it speaks to our greatest need as we are struggling with the questions in our lives of who am I supposed to be? What am I? What was I made to be doing? Is that Jesus found a place of silence. Jesus found a place of stillness and aloneness. And that it calls us into that. We're good at getting away. We're good at getting away. When we have busy days like Jesus had the day before this event where he goes out to pray early in the morning, he had a busy day. We have busy days like that too. And that we say, oh, I really need a spa day, or I really need some me time. I need to just get away. And that what we're really saying is that we're retreating from the world just to care for ourselves. It's all about what do I need. But that Jesus retreats from the world not to escape from the world for a period of time, but Jesus retreats from the world for the purpose of engaging with the world again. You see, if you are struggling with thinking to yourself, am I really doing what I'm made to be doing? Am I really being what I was made to be? You need to be silent. Turn off the devices. Turn off the music. Turn off the television. Turn off the internet. Get away and spend time alone with the Father so that you can then know this is why I am here. As you engage and as we together engage with this text and think about Jesus' example, I encourage you to ask that question. What is holding me back from knowing all that I am meant to be and to do? And what is holding me back from being silent? And maybe there's other things or other questions that come to mind. Share them among those that you are potentially working through this material with. And allow Jesus, the one who went out into the wilderness to pray, to talk with you.